Hey guys, in this video we're making a simple red string bracelet. This design has a single sliding knot to adjust the size of your bracelet and the 7 knots in the centre. For our bracelet today we're using 60 centimeters of red satin nylon cord. Now to start with, we're finding the position for our 7 knots. So about 25 centimeters in. So just under halfway, and I place a little clip on so that I can keep that spot. Now for our 7 decorative knots. So I just do simple overhand knots, so bringing the cord around to form a loop, bringing the end through the loop, and then pulling it down onto that point. Nice and tight, and keeping that little knot nice and tidy. So I just go ahead and do 7 knots all the same, bringing the cord around to form a loop, bringing the end through the loop and pulling it down nice and tight. Just working that thread so that you can get your knots nice and close together. And doing the same for all 7 knots here. Once we've tied our 7 knots in the centre there, we're going to move on to the sliding knot. So bringing our cord around into the approximate bracelet size, so sort of making a loop in the centre there, with the cords overlapping and the left side cord on the top. So we've got our bracelet shape here, and I just readjust my left hand so that I can hold that underneath cord with my left index finger. So you see it's this left side cord on the top. Now with this top cord we take it down the back and around our finger. And again down the back and around our finger for a second loop. Now gently holding these 2 loops, we take them off our finger, bending the tail end of our cord around and placing it down both loops. Pulling it out the right hand side, and then gently pulling our knot down nice and tight and tidy. The hardest thing with this bracelet is just getting that sliding knot right in the centre, but you can always untie and retie your sliding knot until you're happy with it. So once that sliding knot's tight, pull it into the centre and just see how it's sitting with your bracelet. This one actually looks pretty good already, so I'll just extend it and try it on my wrist as well and make sure it's sitting in the right position when it's on my wrist. So you basically want that knot to be sitting right in the center, so it's an even distance away from those 7 knots on each side. If you're happy with it, then you can find the point where you want your stopper knot to be, making sure to leave enough length that you can fit your bracelet over your hand, and then tying a simple overhand knot, bringing the cord around to form a loop, bringing the end through the loop, and pulling it tight onto that spot. Now just bringing our bracelet into the right position, and then we're going to tie another simple overhand knot on the other cord, bring that cord around to form a loop, bringing the end through the loop, pulling it down onto the spot where it sits nice and evenly with the other cord. Now you can untie and retie any of these knots, especially the sliding knot and these stopper knots, until they're sitting in the positions that you want them. Now before you cut your tails off, you just want to check your bracelet's sitting in the right positions and you're happy with all the knots. If you're happy with it, then you can go ahead and cut these tails off just outside the knots, and I singe them with a lighter so they don't fray.